So, what inspired you when you created Sahara collection?
Normally, I have in my life many different situations. I have inspiration from everything, from the nature around me, from people, from what I see every day, every single day. And also, I have a strange uh, ideas. Many times I have strange ideas. Uh, I cannot draw. So I have designer and architect that draw for me, but I transmit my feeling and my ideas that get evaluated at the nighttime. Nighttime for me is when it's happening, and not necessarily when I'm awake. Most of the time when I'm sleeping. Most of the time because I have also nightmares or have good dreams. It depends. Even most of the time nightmare. For example, you have an item behind you which is on the wall, which was one of my nightmare, because all what you see in Giorgio 100% has been designed and created from Giorgio. So starting from the chandelier, excuse me, from the how you say from the accessory, going to the racks, going to anything you find in Giorgio Collection, and we have more than 1,300 items. All of them have been designed and created from us. I never look at my competitors. I never enter in their showrooms, not because I do not want to, because they take my idea away of what they are. Because I let them copy me, which is I don't care honestly, because this is about life. People is copy, and in life all the time my grandfather was telling me there is leaders and followers. I never felt to be a follower. All the time I felt to do things that are different. I don't even know if they're different. They might be around, but I didn't take any inspiration. The latest collection, for example, I was in Paris, and I saw a watch, a Patek Philippe watch, in this wonderful color. The color was platinum color. And guess what? The collection that I made, all the metal are in platinum color, which is nobody's ever made before. Now everybody's doing, which is okay. Because I basically, originally, I was little bit, I will say, not feeling good when people were copying me. Now I'm very happy. Now I'm proud. People copy me, I'm proud. And when I have 100% copy from China or from Turkey, say, let's go. So it means that I'm making good stuff. Because I know that people that, as I mentioned before, people that buy Louis Vuitton bag, they will never buy the copy. People that buy Rolex, they will never buy the 100 euro copy. And if those people they will buy, those are not my clients. So this is easy. So easy to create because it's a part of our DNA. It's a part of our every single day. I was in Florence a week ago. I took an inspiration for the collection 2028. So 2027 is finished, already done. And also another good thing about Giorgio that we create much more in advance. We are shooting now the cut of 2027, which we are going to present it in April, and nobody will ever see it before. But our strength is to arrive in April, presenting the collection, and deliver the same collection after 1 week. Nobody can do that because people that doesn't have confidence in themselves. They are not. They are not sure what they are doing. I am all the time. Was my life because I know what my final clients wants. This is the big difference. If you know what Mrs. Tatiana or Mrs. Jones wants, it's easy to create. Because I go to the final client house sometime and I go to see their reaction. That's why when I talk in public, I want to see people eyes, people reaction, because this is very important to have back the feeling from the final consumer. So those is what really you should look at and not look at what you are doing, because it's not important what you create. It's important what you communicate to the
Я прошу прощения.
So true.
Юль,
Да.
я хочу поменять второй вопрос.
Да, конечно, давай, только если у тебя
Можно?
получится.
Ну,
Не знаю,
я думаю,
просто-
что получится. Просто
Что
сейчас
ты,
Фабио с такой страстью говорил о своей коллекции Сахара,
Что passion about your collection.
что у меня возник такой вопрос. А есть ли еще в этом мире что-то, что вызывает столь же бурную любовную реакцию, как на вашу коллекцию? То есть есть еще что-то в жизни, что зажигает, кроме мебели?
Do you have something else? You have passion for your brand, for your furniture. Maybe you have something else
In terms of what? In terms of
in the world.
in general. No, I mentioned before the fact that, in my opinion, everybody has a mission. And if somebody doesn't have a mission, there is something wrong. You know, a mission can be any little thing. You know, making a pizza all year because I'm making happy to pizza. So, but you know, and I believe that be part of a family, be part of heritage of beautiful and nice quality products, starting from the wood, because my family starts from the wood. So when I was like 6, 7 years old, because I have the wood factory in my house, close to my house. So I was passing the package of wood and feeling the smell, touch it. So, and this is create inside of you a very strange feeling, you know. But the feeling itself is not that important to generate something. But the feeling is important that you, when you talk about your product, what you create, you know what you're talking about. You are expertise from A to Z. You know how to produce the product itself. You know how to let people get crazy and love about your product. And product, again, is not furniture. Because when I say lifetime, I never create a piece of furniture. When I create collection, I create the full room, the full atmosphere. I never create a table, never. I create a table, I create a rag, I create the wallpaper because this is what I imagine. And bring quality to clients' home, to final consumer, I bring happiness. This is really what makes me happy. This is what is my goals. And money doesn't count zero. I tell you one story. I did it. The girls knows already. My granddad once, I was 7. Unfortunately, my granddad that you saw on the video, he died when I was young. I was sat on his leg. My dad has a very, very light eyes. He told me, Fabio, listen to me. I was 7 years old. And he said, listen to me. Okay, because he was in front of this huge window on the road because he loves to look at cars going, no? So he was 7, I was 7 years. We're talking about 100 years ago. Okay? And he told me, listen to me for the third time. I said, oh, tell me. You should never work for money. And I told him, what? And he say, nonno. In Italian is nonno, no? Granddad is nonno. No, say no. Are you crazy? You drink too much wine because in Italy 7, 8 years everybody. I drank it wine when I was 7 years. And he said, listen to me. You should listen to me. Remember, don't ever forget what I'm telling you. He said, you should never work for money. I said, okay, but why? Because if you work for money, you never make money. I say, what is this? So I never understood this till after 20 years. Because also he told me another phrase, which I never realized for 20 years. He told me, if you work for passion, you're going to make a lot of money. I say, what is passion? I don't understand. Passion is money. No. Passion is a completely different story. So I realized that when I was 27, after 20 years, when I was working with my dad, I realized it. Now my son is 31. He's working for me for 6 years. I see in his eyes that now because when he start again, I never told him do not work for money because you cannot say that. because actually when you have 24, I mean, and now I see how we play different, you know, when you talk with the people, when you explain the product, you don't need to sell your product, you know? The product sell itself because people is not stupid. They understand what they're buying, what they're touching. Look at this tabletop. So you understand exactly. It's coming from Namibia. Saying, why Namibia? Because I went to Namibia for the summertime and I saw these wonderful blocks. So I went and they bought it, but not one. Bought it 50 blocks. It's crazy, 50 blocks. But this is, you know, I have so many stories to say about my life, about my experience, because I went all over the world, not only to follow my partners, my client, because I have 42 different monobrand stores that I did all over the world, but as an experience that I had buying the raw materials. Well, there's so many in the jungle with the lions. That's why I have the lion. There is another history of the lion.
It's interesting to hear.
So there is, you know, actually, you know, I say all the time what I feel. I never try to cut corners, you know, all the time I go straight to the, and many, that's why I was part of the Italian furniture commitment. I was vice president. I couldn't go there. That's because I was too direct. I was telling them what to do in order to be, because everybody were afraid. That's why I mentioned about China. Say, why are you crazy? You should never be afraid. So, but since I was so direct, they don't want me anymore, which is good. Because for me, it was a lot of time, waste time. I don't do that anymore. Because people, unfortunately, they are not able to read the final consumer. They are not able, they go by what they see. Oh, this guy did, oh, Molteni is doing that. Okay, Polyform is doing that. Well, same. No, Polyform, Molteni. Ah, okay. Why? That's why you don't see my furniture anymore. I mean, in Italy, probably copy everywhere, but you know, this is the secret of having success. Try to create your own world in your own small world and keep going using all the time working with your heart.
Love what you do.
Exactly.
Get next.
That's enough?